Okay, hi everybody, and greetings from the BLC. I'm here with Chelsea,
Hello.
and it's opening day. And usually we would have our masks on, but we want to make sure that you're able to hear us in this video, in this recording. So we are only this one time breaking the mask rule and maintaining our distance, and are here to go over a few things about safety at the BLC. So now that we're back, you're going to see some changes, and these changes are all based on a safety plan. And this is a safety plan that Chelsea and I worked on together. And it is a safety plan that is in line with the Ohio Department of Health. And it also took considerations from the CDC and the World Health Organization into it. We also reviewed safety plans from other local nonprofits, including nonprofits that have mass groups of people in their buildings, just like we do. So this was a very carefully designed plan. And once Chelsea and I finalized it, we shared it with the entire team, and they provided feedback. We shared it with the executive committee of the board. And then at that point, I had a consultation with the Ohio Department of Health, where I was able to talk a little bit about the BLC and our specific needs. And then I went through that plan with them to ensure that we really are doing everything that we can to make sure that everyone, our students, our tutors, our other volunteers, and of course, our team members all stay safe. You could just wear the mask, right? All stay safe. And as you come back, we just want to tell you a little bit more about some of the changes that are in effect because of this plan. And I asked Chelsea to be here because, as you know, she sits right out front as office coordinator, and she's the main contact person between all of us who sit back in that little staff cave and our learning teams. And that's why she's essentially the one who's taking the lead on COVID compliance. So I'm going to hand it over to Chelsea, and lean back so you can social distance.
So I'm so excited for the center to open, and we want to make sure, as Ashley said, to follow all the CDC guidelines so that way we can remain open and have no issues. So I'm going to go through step by step some of the changes you're going to see as you walk in the door. So first thing is either Rose or myself will take your temperature to make sure you're under the 100 mark, and just to make sure everyone's safe. Second thing, you'll see X's in purple tape on the floor. That's where you stand if you need to talk to Rose or I. It's a 6 feet distance from our desk. That way we follow those CDC guidelines as well. Unfortunately, we can't have anybody that is not staff in the back room where you usually would get water or coffee. So each day I'm going to print out the calendar and see who's coming in, and I will have your binders on the shelf, the little rack that you usually put them away on out front for you ready to go. All of the desks are 6 feet apart from each other, so you'll have no issues. You don't need to move any tables or chairs. And after each session, I will go and disinfect them, or Rose or any staff member that's around will disinfect completely the chair and the table, as well as the log out computer. So that will all be disinfected as well. Masks are mandatory. You have to wear them as soon as you walk in the building, not like walk in, sit down, put your mask on. Has to be on before you walk in the building and remain on during your entire session and as you are in the building. With that, unfortunately, we can't have you eat or drink anything that you couldn't do without a straw. So like water bottles with a straw is perfectly fine, but no other food. And then so we won't have coffee for you like usual, unfortunately, but that's just the CDC guidelines. Trying to think if I'm forgetting anything. Oh, and when you're done with the binders, you'll put them back on that same rack as usual, but I'll put them back for you and make sure everything's disinfected before they go back on the shelf as well. There is a sanitation station right in the front. If you feel like you want extra disinfectant or just need to wipe something down quickly, you're more than welcome to do so. Don't feel like you can't touch that at all. You can disinfect whatever you want. I just disinfect it afterwards to make sure that in case anyone comes in and asks what our disinfecting protocol is, I can say I or one of the staff fully disinfect absolutely everything. So did I forget anything that you can think of?
Oh gosh, there's so many little details.
I was going through so quickly.
Yeah. And then we're asking one person at a time in the bathroom.
One person at a time in the bathrooms, which there will be assigned, so occupied or vacant. I couldn't think of that word. Occupied or vacant, so you'll be able to see that, and then they'll be disinfecting wipes back there as well if you want to wipe down the handle before you go in.
Mhm.
Anything that, you know, makes you feel more safe and comfortable and makes everything disinfected for sure.
And that's exactly, you know, the key. We want you to feel and be safe and comfortable. So
Absolutely.
we're trying our best, and some of these changes might evolve as we figure out what works and what doesn't work for the BLC. But at the core of it is that we value every single person who walks in this door, and
Absolutely.
we got to keep everyone safe. So that's why we're doing this. Not that we're too thrilled about this. We had our straws under our masks today as we enjoyed our beverages that way, and it's a change.
It is. It's a learning curve for sure.
Yeah.
It's different, especially when, you know, people, you know, want to come up to my desk and talk to me as normal, and I have to say, okay, you have to sit, you have to stand over there where that X is. It's very different for me. But you know, if someone came in right behind you who was from the CDC and saw that,
right.
we would be in trouble. So it's not that I don't want you near me. It's not it. I just have to follow the rules.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, we're here to help you. There's, you know, please don't feel any stress or any pressure about, no, what if I do this wrong or stand in the wrong space? You know, we're here to guide and help and support. And I mean, we've only been here half of a day, but it's actually feeling normal already.
It really is.
For me.
It's good to see everyone's face and see, you know, the teams learning together and talking again and catching up. So it's a much welcomed opening, but it's just a little different, but at least we get to be together. So
exactly.
Definitely.
Yeah, exactly. And if you have any questions, you can always call the office. You can talk to Chelsea, you can talk to me, you can talk to Rose. Every one of our team members is pretty well informed, I think. They all have that safety plan and all know how we're keeping our learning community safe.
Absolutely. And I did just remember something I forgot.
Go ahead. Yeah.
So with scheduling, we won't have any of the blue slips anymore when you come into the office because it's really hard to disinfect paper. So we will be on kind of like a doctor's office scheduling. So if you talk with your student and you have a good day and time, just give us a call at the center and say, hey, Chelsea, I want to come in Monday from 1 to 3, and I'll let you know if there's a spot open because we have to keep a minimum number or maximum number per day. So until we kind of tell you different, it's just going to be you calling in and scheduling. And then before you leave, just grab me at my desk and say, hey, we want to come back on Tuesday, 12 to 2. Is that open? If it is, cool. Gotcha. Put you on the schedule. You're good to go.
And that's, you know, again, all for safety. I mean, we do miss, you know, the masses of people coming and this idea that anyone can drop in anytime. And in our post-COVID world that is out there, we'll have that again. And in the meantime, the scheduling is just to ensure that we don't have a lot of people in here, that we're not overcrowded, and that everyone who is in this building can stay safe.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And there are lots of other little details, you know, like using books and disinfecting them. But, you know, as you come here and we discover your individual needs as a tutor, as a volunteer, as a student, we will talk you through all of those changes. So nothing to stress about.
We'll take care of you.
For sure. Anything else, or can we
I think we're
sign
good.
off,
We can
put our
sign
masks
off.
back on and
finish the day.
Okay. See you guys soon. Bye.